bring in the judge, Damian Muziani, and find out which stories he liked the best today and why.
MG and PT, how are you both doing today?
Hi, Judge. Happy Thursday to you, buddy.
Thanks. Happy Thursday to you guys. Yeah, it's getting hot outside, and let's heat things up inside. We got a 2-0 lead for PT, so let's see what happens today on Three from the Guys. Peter, your story starts off with tennis star Serena Williams. So she pulled up to a bank drive-through window and tried to deposit a $1 million check. I mean, that's correct, right?
Yes, that's correct.
I know the article takes like a Babe in the Woods kind of angle here, you know, like she didn't know what she was doing. But honestly, I mean, have any of us ever been close to being in that type of situation? No, I don't think. None of us have tried to deposit $1 million in a drive-thru, right?
No.
I don't see what the problem is. It's not like you're withdrawing $1 million. I mean, if you go to a bank, here, take my money, they're going to make it tough on you? I don't believe it. I'm surprised the bank manager didn't reach his or her arm through the pneumatic tube machine and pluck the check right out of her hand.
That is a good point. Why would they tell somebody, no, you can't put your money in here?
Yeah, why would they do that? The teller should get fired for saying that. Just on the offhand chance that something happens between her parking the car and coming in with the check, like she might change her mind and go to TD Bank instead or something like that. Like, you'd be like, oh, no. Send us the check. Wait, we'll come out to you. Don't move. Ridiculous. I read this article. It made me, it's like the Beverly Hillbillies, for those of you who remember. You know, you're the Beverly Hillbillies. If you're Jethro Bodine and you give the bank millions of dollars, you get to do whatever you want. You can raise chickens in the bank parking lot. And you're banging Mr. Drysdale's secretary by the second episode.
That Mr. Drysdale.
Michael, a man broke into LSU's Tiger Stadium with a hooker Monday night. Yeah, I guess you just never outlived that desire to get it on under a set of bleachers, huh? It just never goes away. I read the article. This is the 5th time this year a break-in has happened at that stadium. I mean, are the motel rooms that expensive in Baton Rouge? They can't use a pickup truck like the rest of the southern United States?
I don't know that. That's pretty good. I don't know that everybody that was breaking in was going with the lady of the night.
The man in question was held in jail on $3,000 bail, and the hooker was given $300 for a half and half and left on her own recognizance. Mike's thinking, what is a half and half? Oh, that's right. This fall...
Isn't that a Arnold Palmer?
It could be. I mean, you know, it's the best way. You guys make sure you got to yell 4 before you start swinging that club around, Mike. This football season, when you see the LSU Tigers having trouble scoring on the field, just remember their fans are doing just fine. Peter,
Judge,
these two 18-year-old, I mean, they're playing in Wimbledon boys tennis, Zamsbar Piros and Wu Yibling.
Yes.
They were told to change because their black underwear was visible through their pants. First of all, I mean, whose job is it to stare at young man's pants at Wimbledon?
Here we go.
I mean, no, I'm not making it. I'm not going to make a Jared from Subway joke here. Don't worry. I'm just saying, if you're gonna restrict that, what's next? Women can't wear mesh thongs. I mean, if that's next to go, then there will no longer be a reason to watch Wimbledon. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure about that. Which would be better.
You know, it's crazy. John McEnroe played in a white shirt with red and blue stripes in Wimbledon. Roger Federer had orange sneakers. And even Venus Williams played with a pink sports bra on earlier in the tournament this year. I mean, those two guys should just go commando and then watch the stuffy aristocracy choke on their crumpets. I've had it with Wimbledon. I've just had it.
Me too. It's on every channel all day, every day. Get this thing over with.
I know. Who do they think they are? Soccer? Michael, Phil's pitcher Pat Neshek has never recorded an at-bat in 11 years in the bigs, but he has listed himself as a switch hitter. Now, I understand that this was all just a mix-up. When he went to college and filled out his registration, he thought he was setting up an online dating profile where being a switch hitter has a completely different meaning.
Come on.
And it's none of our business.
Oh, he's never had an at-bat, at least.
But honestly, that's a fun way to build yourself up. You say that you can do something, and you don't know who's going to call you on it. You can say that, Michael, every time you've been to the White House, you slept in the Lincoln bedroom. That's true. Every time you've been there, you slept in the Lincoln bedroom, right?
Right.
You've just never been to the White House. Hey, Pete Buchanan has always thanked the fans after he won a pennant.
He's just never won a pennant.
Never won a pennant.
Never
there you
done
go. Who's going to call him a liar? Michael. I'm sorry, Peter.
Yes.
Hey, this was something that I'll tell you. I saw it. I saw this happening last night, and I was like, "What? Why are the Zo2 ball shoes purple?" Like I was Lonzo Ball's out there. I'm like, those aren't the shoes. He wore Kobe AD sneakers from Nike last night instead of his own big baller shoes against the Sixers. Hey, I love it. He played mediocre in his own shoes. He switched to Nike and scored 36 points.
Yeah.
He hates his own shoes. Now is when Nike should take out a full-page ad saying, "Thank you, Lonzo, for coming to your senses." Meanwhile, his dad, LeVar, is probably throwing a temper tantrum. I mean, I say, we're going to play Lonzo a couple times this season. So, Lonzo, please, put on your heavy, clunky Zo2 shoes all year, please.
His dad wasn't at the game last night. That could have been the reason.
Yeah, well, wherever he was, he had to have been pitching a fit, definitely. Because, the idea here is you tank. You pull a hinky is what you do when you put on the other shoes. That would have made sense. Lonzo was averaging, 15, 20 points a game. Put on the Nike shoes, and then he just throws nothing but bricks all night. That would be the way to do it. These games don't count. Why not use them for a marketing opportunity? But no. He's got to go crazy in the second half, score 36 on the Sixers. All right. I'm off my soapbox. Michael, Peyton Manning was emceeing the ESPYs last night, and Peyton really looks like he's enjoying his retirement. Looks like he's put on a few pounds, huh?
I didn't actually see it. I didn't see the video of it.
You didn't see even the highlights?
No.
Papa John's, it tastes so good. He took a shot at Kevin Durant and then even got Russell Westbrook into the act, but KD wasn't laughing, and I wasn't either. I mean, even if it was a put on, I mean, that's part of what I think is wrong with the ESPYs now, is how it just cuts across sports. There's no way to measure Peyton Manning ripping NBA players. It just doesn't make any sense. He has no clue what's going on over there. It's like an Eskimo talking about Ipanema Beach in Brazil or Doug Peterson talking about football coaching.
Oh, come on. Poor Doug Peterson.
Fellas, we are at the end of 3 from the Guys. El Capitan comes roaring back today with an incredible story about hookers at LSU Stadium. Congratulations, you have won 3 from the Guys.
Yes! We have a winner. Congratulations, you are one of life's winners. We'll be right back.
I feel pretty good about getting that one. The impact of when I say prostitute and he says hookers sounds so much better. The joke sounds better.
When he says hooker?
Well, it's a funny line. Hooker is funny. Prostitute really doesn't sound funny. It just sounds sanitized.
I used to date this girl who didn't like cursing. We'd watch like a comedy special. Does he really have to curse?
Yes.
Well, the impact of the joke isn't quite the same. But
there you go.
There we go. All right, Judge. Good job out of you. Good stories from us, and I feel good that I won. I feel good.
You're on the board, MG.